Okay, I have with me today the real deal, the man himself, who is a pirate, he's an author, he's a rock star, he's a legend. He's going to share with us his hero's journey, and this is his book, The Tales of Barnacle Bill. How you doing today, Barnacle Bill?
This is my first one. It's called Pirates and Poets. And then the new one is entitled Skeleton Crew, as you have in your hand there.
Oh, excellent. Okay, great. And I love your friend. I love your friend who's on there. Your friend, what's his name again, Barnacle Bill?
And if you notice on the cover of that book, you'll see two very good-looking fellas that you might recognize. Handsome they are.
Very
my
good.
friend Shot Glass Sam.
Shot Glass Sam. I love Shot Glass Sam. What I like about this book, it's very interesting because it's not a book you can just pick up and just read. I do a lot of business courses, and lots of wealth and management and happiness kind of seminars and classes and studies. But this book was kind of like a wild race into a time not forgotten, Barnacle Bill, but really of lawlessness and chaos and kind of rampant piracy, the stuff that you thoroughly enjoy. How did you decide to come up with writing these books and these stories? Because they're pretty wild, Barnacle Bill.
Well, I do it much differently than I think the normal writer would do. I sit down. I don't have a rhyme or reason. I don't know where the story's going. I sit down every night that I write, and I just make it up as I go along. And wherever the story rolls or sails, the more power to it. I got started doing that because my wife, my sneaky little wife, would sneak down after I'd go to bed at nighttime and read what I wrote that night. And so just as a goof, I would start leaving little cliffhangers before I would go to bed each night just to piss her off.
Well, from the sounds of it, because you're a larger than life character, she must be an amazing lady because you're on a whole nother trajectory in your life and what you're doing, and this character Barnacle Bill that you're living. And also what I understand, because I know writing myself, I've written screenplays and some books, Barnacle Bill, is that you cannot write what you don't know. So I know somewhere deep down inside of you, maybe in your DNA or from past lives or from a gift, that somebody's sharing stories with you, and then you in turn are sharing them with us. That's a pretty remarkable achievement, Barnacle Bill. I commend you for that.
Well, how did I get the books or the larger than life character? It's stepping stones, my good man. It all starts with stepping stones. I started off with a crazy idea from the wife. I put it out there for the whole world to see, and I started getting emails and correspondence from Japan, New Zealand, UK, Soviet Union, Russia, Switzerland, all over the world. I became like the rhinestone pirate, I guess you might say.
Oh, I love that.
Cards and letters from people I don't even know. And over the years, I've been asked to host festivals, do my music show at glamorous parties, and the characters just seems to it's become a brand name and just seems to be building itself.
I love it. Let's talk about this book because it's about a young Mr. Bones who joins a crew, I'm sure, of just outcasts of all kinds and just hoodlums and rebels and lawless characters. Tell us about the journey of Mr. Young Bones in this book of yours.
Oh, the character, the lead character.
And his journey.
And that's another good. I never intended when I'm writing my books to write it from the perspective of narration, It's just sort of, I've grown up watching so many movies, I'm a Humphrey Bogart fan from way back. And so I've grown up watching so many movies, and I can almost hear bylines ringing in my head on a daily basis. And it's weird how the path of that line with Mr. Bones, but it just sort of flowed that way, I thought I could build my character bigger by the perspective of a young adult, you know, chasing a life of piracy.
Right. The life of piracy, it's interesting because the life of piracy is about mystery, mythology, mystique. I want to say this word, mermaids, just because I can. But I mean,
Yeah.
he's led by a madman. There's this phantom in the air. I mean, literally, I think those days were very superstitious days. And I come from South Africa. And let me tell you what Barnacle Bill, in South Africa, it's very superstitious. I mean, people have no idea how superstitious Southern Africa is, or maybe even Africa, but I have not been to the rest of Africa. But South Africa is very superstitious. And there's lots of folk tales and lots of interesting stories and characters and lots of wildlife. I mean, I think the pirate life must have been exactly the same way because it was such a wild existence. And every day was, you know, live or die.
Right. Well, I've never known too many stories that didn't go into the darkness of life, like black magic, voodoo, you know, just something that add a more mysterious sort of swamp field twist to it all. And mine, like I said, I just made it up one night at a time and let the bones fall where they may, you know?
Yeah.
And everyone seems to like it.
Right. Is your book, and you're on to your third book right now, Barnacle Bill. Are your books like writing music back in the day when you're a rock star in Hollywood? Is it kind of the same thing where it just comes out of you? You draw on some kind of special energy, maybe a phantom energy, a spiritual energy, an angelic energy to write your books and your music?
Oh yes, it's much the same. It's just like writing songs, only much longer, you know. And I'm so inspired by the life and the way that the character is just taken off that the monster just feeds itself, kind of thing, you know.
Absolutely, I do believe that. Hey, so if I want to get a hold of your book, or if I want to buy it, because and also if I want to reach out and contact you, I'll put all of Barnacle Bill's description details in the box below. Reach out to him. I'll also put a link to buying his book, and also put a link to his publicist, because Barnacle Bill is a very unique, one-of-a-kind character. You don't really come across modern day pirates. If you're okay with me calling you that, Barnacle Bill. And also, I'm a big fan of a friend of mine. Actually, I can't call him a friend, but I've worked with him on many shows. Gore Verbinski. I worked with him on The Mexican. And then he also, we did The Ring at DreamWorks together. I worked with him on The Ring. And then after that, he went on to do Pirates of the Caribbean, Barnacle Bill. I'm a fan of Pirates of the Caribbean. You seem to me like be one of those characters, very fluid, very outrageous, very wild, and very strong. Am I okay in saying that?
Yes. Well, a lot of the cosplayers or the newly pirates got on board because of the Disney movies, and that's understood because they're very enthralling. I love them myself very much. But I thought I would take it one step further. I thought that half the beauty of becoming a pirate is to develop your own character, you know, your own stories, your own path in life, and that's the way I took it, and the world got on board, I guess you might say.
It did, because there's only a song called Barnacle Bill. There's no character in history called Barnacle Bill except for your character. You've created a new character and somebody unique and amazing, and I commend you for that. And I'm thoroughly enjoyed. When your third book comes out, could you let me know so we could do a release on that and talk about that, Barnacle Bill?
I love the way you talk about me, man. You need to come over for a barbecue or something. All day long.
Thank you.
I'm very flattered, by the way, immensely. I love you to death, my friend. Now, what was that question again?
Barnacle Bill, your third book that's coming out. When the third book comes out, please let us know so we can do a broadcast on the number 3 when that comes out.
Oh yes, I've got my own production company that does my mini movies and videos in North Carolina. You can come down and eat me out of house and home, and we film for days. And they're very talented. If you go on my website, you'll be able to see some of their work. Light Water Productions. in Raleigh, North Carolina. But yes, the third book is going right where I want it. You know, I just need to sit my butt down and finish it. But I'm getting tugged here, go there, and all this, you know, and it's a bitter pill to swallow, my friend. I've got the book completely finished in my head, 3/4 of the way through it, and it's all locked in there, just waiting to come out.
Right. I think you party too much. I think you're having too much fun. I think you're too wild. But when you do get the chance to finish the book, let us know.
Define too wild.
For you, there's no answer. It's just out of control.
You gotta go hard or go home. You know, I live my character to the truth. You know, because like I said, you have to almost live in a surreal world these days because of all the horrors of mankind. I will stray away from that in a New York minute. I won't have anything to do with that. So many times I told my wife I was going to put her and my daughter on the sailboat and sail my ass down to Anguilla and carve coconut people for the tourist trade and sit there and play my guitar. So many times. And I'm just about there. I can sell my book from anywhere.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hey, Barnacle Bill, thank you for your time. Hey, guys, get his book. I'll have a link below. It's The Tales of Barnacle Bill. This is a one-of-a-kind character. It's a one-of-a-kind book, and there's many more to come. Hey, Barnacle Bill, thank you for your time, bud. I really appreciate you, and I respect your character.
Oh, Kevin, I can't thank you enough for this opportunity. I hope we do it again real soon. And I'm serious about that barbecue.
Oh, I'm coming. When I come to Florida, I'm going to come visit you, and we're going to party wild.
Yeah, I'm going to go get me a nice stiff belch of Captain Bedlam rum right now and sit back and enjoy the moment that I just had. I'm sorry about the technical snafu, but I'm not really,
good.
You're
a pirate. You're a pirate. You're not a taker. You're a pirate. Thank you so much, Barnacle Bill.
I'm an old rusty nail. It's great seeing you, buddy. And huzzah! Cheers.
Cheers, Barnacle Bill.